Hey, everybody, and welcome back. We're diving into something today that's, well, honestly, kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
It's happening down in Palm Springs, Florida.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
So they're
this.
rolling out these new fees for paying utility bills, and it's like,
Hmm.
come on, really?
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's talking about the affordability crisis, and
Yeah.
they're just going to slap this on people.
Exactly. It feels like they're kind of missing the bigger picture here.
Totally missing it.
So for everyone listening at home, get this.
Okay.
You're going to get hit with a $2.99 ass fee if you use your debit card to pay your bill.
Wow.
Credit card. That'll be $3.99, please.
Oh, no.
And hold on, it gets even better.
Really?
Even cash payments are going to cost you $2.99.
You're kidding. Cash.
Yep. The only way to avoid these fees is to use ACH AutoPay.
Which, not everyone is comfortable with.
Exactly. Like my grandma. She still writes checks for everything.
Right. I mean, my dad, too.
It just feels like they're penalizing people who, maybe aren't as tech savvy or don't have a bank account.
Especially older folks. Yeah.
Totally. And the thing is, we dug into some research on this, and one source actually gave this example of a resident named George.
Okay, George, what's his story?
Well, George has like a pretty average water bill, around $67.
Okay. Pretty normal?
$67.54 to be exact.
All right, so what happens when you tack on these fees?
That's where it gets crazy. His bill jumps up by over 4% if he uses his debit card.
Wow.
Almost 6% for a credit card.
That's a significant increase, especially.
Right. And we're talking about Florida here.
Yeah.
I mean, this state is already facing a major affordability crisis.
Big time. Rents are through the roof.
Exactly. Everything's getting more expensive.
Groceries, gas, you name it.
And now they're adding these fees on top of everything else.
It's almost like they're not even trying to help people.
It really makes you wonder about their priorities.
Well, and this is what gets me, right? This whole thing feels like a regressive tax.
Oh, yeah. Explain that one.
So basically, a regressive tax disproportionately impacts lower-income households.
Right.
Meaning someone making, say, $30,000 a year,
Right.
that $3.99 credit card fee is going to hit them way harder.
Than someone making 10 times that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a bigger percentage of their income.
And it just widens the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's just not fair.
So then the question becomes, why is the city doing this?
Right. Like, what's the motivation here?
Well, we found out that property values in Palm Springs actually went up by 13.5% in 2023.
Oh, wow. So they're actually bringing in more money.
Exactly. More property tax revenue.
So do they really need these extra fees?
That's a good question.
It's not like they're hurting for cash.
Right. And, we have to remember that municipalities have budgets, too.
Yeah, of course.
They got to pay for essential services like police, fire departments.
Roads, parks, all that.
Right. But these new fees, they raise some serious concerns.
Yeah, it's like, are they really using this money responsibly?
Or are they just trying to squeeze as much as they can out of residents?
And, we also have to think about the potential consequences here.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about a few extra bucks on your bill.
Right.
Our source mentioned that some residents might start delaying payments.
Or cutting back on other essentials.
Exactly, like groceries or gas.
Which is scary because then it becomes a cycle.
Yeah, it's like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly. And that can lead to even bigger financial problems.
That's a domino effect.
And it's not just individuals, it impacts families.
Communities, the whole system.
It really makes you think about the ripple effects.
This reminds me of something that happened in my city a while back.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
They tried to add a fee for trash pickup.
Seriously?
Yeah, and people were outraged.
I bet. It seems small, but...
But it adds up, especially for families on a tight budget.
And it's the principle of the thing.
Exactly. It's like, come on, give us a break.
Yeah. So I totally understand why folks in Palm Springs are upset.
Yeah, they have every right to be.
It's like that quote from our source.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
It's time for municipalities to reflect on their priorities and remember who they're meant to serve.
Powerful stuff.
It really makes you think about the impact of these decisions.
Yeah, it's not just numbers on a spreadsheet.
These are real people's lives.
Absolutely. And, this brings us back to all of you listening.
To everyone out there, yeah.
Have you noticed similar things happening in your community?
Maybe a new fee or a policy change.
That just doesn't seem right.
It's important to pay attention to these things.
Speak up. Make your voices heard.
Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo.
Because sometimes even small changes can have a big impact.
So here's something to think about.
Okay.
What if you were a resident of Palm Springs? How would you feel about these new fees?
Would you just accept them?
Or would you fight back?
That's the question we all need to be asking ourselves.
Because at the end of the day,
We have the power to shape our communities.
don't underestimate that power.
That's it for today, folks.
Thanks for joining us.
And remember, stay engaged, stay informed.
And keep fighting for what's right.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.